Third grade, it's Mrs. Feathers. I'm going to introduce you this week to TDAs. TDAs stand for Text Dependent Analysis. What that means is while you read, so you're depending on the text, you are analyzing or connecting your thoughts of what is happening in the story. For third grade, we give you these charts that you see up on my screen in the beginning of the year. There are two types of stories that we read. It's either literature or fiction, meaning that it's not real, or it's informational or nonfiction, meaning that it's actually real. Every TDA prompt has 3 sentences in it, and each sentence gives us different information. This first sentence always just gives us the title of the story and a little bit of like a summary. The second sentence gives us what elements we're looking for, which I will go over here in a moment. And we always have 2 elements that we're looking for. When we begin to write, you are analyzing or connecting and showing the relationship between those 2 elements. And your last sentence is always pretty much the same, and it's just reminding you to use evidence when you are answering the question. This chart always stays the same as well. We have our elements for literature or fiction, and our elements for informational or nonfiction. Our story this week, which is entitled Yoon and the Jade Bracelet, is a literature story, so we only need to look at this side of the chart. The different elements that we are looking for when we are reading literature are central message or theme. We use those 2 words kind of interchangeably. They mean kind of the same thing. Character actions, or what the characters are doing and saying. Author's point of view, so how the author thinks or feels about a subject. Word choice, so the choice of words the author uses, like really strong word choice we might be taking a look at. And finally, the last one is illustrations or pictures. Let's take a look at this prompt for our big story of the week. The prompt reads, in the story, Yoon and the Jade Bracelet, an older girl steals Yoon's bracelet. The actions of the older girl help Yoon understand the central message of always telling the truth. Use the actions of both girls as evidence to support your answer. So again, my first sentence tells me the story title, which is Yoon and the Jade Bracelet, and a little summary of the story. So I know in this story, an older girl is going to steal Yoon's bracelet. The second sentence is where you need to act as a detective. You need to be looking for key words to figure out what elements you are going to be analyzing. Let's reread this second sentence. It says, the actions of the older girl help Yoon understand the central message of always telling the truth. I am noticing the word actions matches one of my elements down here, character actions. I need to identify that character actions are one of my elements. To do this, I am going to drag one of these circles on top of character actions. My computer's being a little bit slow today. While I have that loading, let's look at the rest of the sentence. Another word I see sticking out to me is central message, which is another one of my elements. So for this TDA prompt, I am looking at the character actions and how they support the central message. This prompt's also nice because it gives me what the central message is. The central message of this story is to always tell the truth. I have my 2 elements identified for the prompt by circling them in red: central message or theme and character actions. The second part of your assignment says to drag the text boxes to match what each sentence in a TDA prompts tell you. So like I said at the beginning of this video, each prompt has 3 sentences. Here are 3 text boxes over here. You need to match what each sentence tells you. So remember, the first sentence tells me the story title and a small summary of the story. So I'm going to move that text box next to sentence 1. You will need to do this for sentence 2 and 3. You can rewind my video, go back to the beginning if you need some help. This assignment is worth 5 points. We are not starting the actual writing this week. We just wanted to introduce you to what a TDA is, what elements are, and what the prompts will look like. As the year goes on, we will begin writing, and then eventually you will be a TDA master yourself. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, 3rd grade.